talk about a long-term plumbing problem that I had in my house. What I had was a clay pipe that was married to a plastic pipe that I had put in across the yard. This was done a long time ago. And I kept on having about every year having clogs. Then I'd have to have somebody come out. The clean out was a pretty good situation and they just would clean out every year. Well, one time a plumber said, hey, you actually have a problem here. The two pipes are probably offset where the clay and the plastic meet, and there's tree roots growing through there, and the tree root is actually pushing the joint between the plastic and the clay and actually cracking and doing damage. So every time we go through with the chopper, we're actually damaging your clay pipe. And so we should probably go in there and fix it before it's totally offset and screwed up and the clay is just unrepairable and we have to go jackhammer the sidewalk in the street and everything, because he said he's seen it play out and he said it's not pretty. What we can do is go down there, dig a hole, blow a liner in the clay pipe to prevent it from breaking further, and go ahead and repair the union, and let's just do that. So I ended up getting quotes on that, and some of the liner prices were just insanely expensive. This guy gave me a $6,000 price for shooting the liner for a small distance, and I was shocked. But then I got other plumbers out there, and then I really got shocked. Anyway, I decided to go with the liner to line the clay portion and do the repair, plus the liner to kind of ensure that clay portion wasn't going to further deteriorate. And I'm going to show you a video of the process of I found a guy that just did small jobs, and that was his bread and butter. And it happened to have been the guy who told me about, the repair. It took me a long time to pull the trigger on this, probably a whole year. So I finally have a video to show you. This guy, Rapid Action Rooter, is the guy, Los Angeles area. He's a really good guy, and it took me about 3 or 4 quotes to realize that this guy actually had a pretty good solution. I think at least I'm comfortable with it.
Putting the liner on, this is a plastic liner that they're making to be able to mate with the plastic. And that's like a felt. It has felt on the inside. And so they appear to be molding it in some way, and they're going to have some pressure back to it, and then it's going to kind of burst out this liner, putting pressure. They're going to put pressure on the liner here. Clay pipe there, and we got a plastic pipe there, and the clay was there were roots going through the clay. You can see all those roots down there. So they're going to inject the liner through that clay pipe. Worse is there's a Y connection. There's a Y connection over there that's shared by my neighbor's house and this house. Measured out the amount of liner that they're going to put in, and now you can see the liner going into the pipe, and they're going to make sure that that liner with pressure expands on the inside of that clay pipe, so the clay pipe will be totally lined. Now, they're putting the camera down there so they can see how far to put that liner. The problem is, if they get the liner and they block that Y connection over there, then it's going to be a problem. So they're pretty sensitive about how far they're going to put that liner in. Key, I think, there's guys that do kind of the big jobs and the big liners, but this guy was just doing a short liner job because that's all I needed, just for the clay section that mates into the Y between houses. So it appears like there's 2 stages. What they do, put pressure on the liner so it kind of starts from the beginning and it shoots all the way down, which in my case is clay. You can see it down there. And then once it gets shot all the way down the liner, the very exact length that they've looked at a camera, they're taking the balloon and they're ballooning it and putting it all the way, stretching it out around and lining the clay pipe. And then after that, it's going to take about 30 minutes to set up. And so these guys are sort of the surgeons of the plumbers to do all these liners. And then of course then they're going to join that other segment. Once the liner's done, they're just going to take this segment of pipe and put it in line with this piece here and that other piece, and so then the job will be finished, and the clay pipe will be, which is the kind of the most likely type of failure. It's very old clay pipe. There's roots in there, so it's going to be lined so the clay pipe won't be subject to the root damage, at least to the section that we are lining.